Operation 2, Mission 5. Time to smash another convoy. We're back to covert missions. This one is actually a train track, so it's not just a row of trucks. We've got a train to catch. Unfortunately, we're down to 240 tons. It took away a large amount of our weight, so we're really going to be cutting down on the amount of equipment that we can bring in this mission. I'm not bringing either catapult. We just don't have the weight. Most of our build will be the same as the last mission. Got our Centurion, triple hunchbacks. Since Ice is leveled up, I bought a new green pilot. Distantly related by blood to the ruling Davion family, Baron and his sister Countess consider it their duty, honor, and right to fight the Jaguars. Countess is a regular in the store, so at the time that you can buy them, there's Countess at regular and her younger brother Baron, according to the text, and he's a green. It actually mentions him in her text, so that's kind of interesting. So if you're lacking pilots, they give you more to buy. There's actually 4 greens now for me. I got Baron. We still have 3 regulars. I'm going to slot him in our Cougar.
This is Baron. You got it.
You got it. Actually going to put all of them in the second group so that I can have specific control over our weakest 55-ton mech. Although I'm kind of tempted to do that with our this mech instead, because she's the long range one. Yeah, let's do that actually. She's the mech with tissue paper armor, long range. That'll be helpful to keep her away from the fight. At least he's an A variant. Destroy enemy train. Destroy enemy supply train. No fire support. Intelligence reports that Smoke Jaguars consider the safe passage of this supply train vital to their defense of the region. Destruction of all the cars in this train is therefore a high priority. Although if you take out the locomotive in the front, that will permanently disable all the trains and essentially remove the time limit from the level. Which there's not much else to do on the level unless you don't kill some of the enemies. There's a group of enemy vehicles here if you're trying to cross here. And there's a mech down there, so if you try to take this slightly safer route. I'm going to be taking this route down here because we won't get any salvage off of the vehicles, but if I fight the mech instead, there's a chance I can salvage the mech, and it's only one single mech, so we can just gang up on it instead of having 5 or 6 tanks, which I think they're the Rummels with a whole bunch of autocannons. They'll actually outdamage the mech, and I think it'll take you longer to kill them as opposed to a single lonely Centurion. I recommend taking one of these routes, and you probably don't want to bother with the other. Reports indicate that the train itself is being escorted by a unit of fast mechs, and that other forces have been stationed throughout the transit area to provide additional protection. Battalion Tactical Analysis recommends that you focus your force on a section of track that allows you to take on the enemy in a limited, controlled fashion. It may also be possible to stage a diversionary action and draw some of the enemy away from the track area. So this is kind of a tricky mission with the UI. With the AI. There's 2 groups of mechs that are going to meet the train. One is a group of hunchback Jays, and they will actually jump jet across the river to meet the train. And once you aggro these guys, they will chase you down the map. I think they'll just chase you infinitely. And our strategy is going to be to pull them away from the train, because the second group of mechs will stay with the train. They will not chase you very far. So you can either fight them all at one time, like an idiot, or you can pull away the hunchbacks and do much better. The Ullers, which are the other group, will actually come down here, and they're going to run as soon as the map starts. They're going to be right here, and they're going to run up the map to meet the train. And I can see that because I use the vision cheat code to help scout maps before I record. One of the ways that I know where all the salvage is and I know what the enemy's going to do is I use the vision cheat code. It just gives me vision of the entire map. So if you want to scout a map without wasting time physically scouting the map, you can just drop into the level, type the vision cheat code, you can see the whole map. So the hunchbacks are actually within sight range of your starting lance, and you can shoot them, just like the convoy mission with the trucks. But you don't have much time to do it. You need to get a move on. The Olders will start down here, and then they'll run up the map. You wouldn't know this, but if you ever vision hack, you'll see them do it. Just kind of interesting. It doesn't really matter, but it's amusing to look at if you ever look at the map. So there is technically a third path to the train. We could go all the way around here and come around back. The problem is that by the time you run that path, the train will already be passed and you'll be trying to come up behind it. The locomotive is in the front and all of the mechs will be in your way. I highly recommend you come from the front. Then you can shoot the locomotive really quickly and run away. The hunchbacks will chase you. The Oolers will stop chasing you pretty quickly. Then you take out the hunchbacks. Afterwards, deal with the Oolers, and then the train is completely undefended from that point on. So I'm doing the explaining now because we won't have any time as soon as I hit this. Just like the other convoy mission, I have to get a move on as soon as we drop. So let's drop.
Commencing deployment. Mech warriors prepare for combat.
There's the hunchbacks. Not going to bother shooting them. It's a shame we don't have an airstrike here. I could have probably dumped some airstrikes on them. They'll actually jump jet to get across the river. They're trapped on this little island. They have jump jets. We need to get across the river just like last time. First bridge is guarded by a whole squad of Rummels. You could go cross here, but if you take the other route, there's a mech you can salvage, an extra mech. You can't salvage tanks. So I would rather fight down here. This alternate path over here is also guarded. It has a single mech, which is a Centaurian. Should be no problem for our lance to gang up on. I'm trying to find it now. I do have a Beagle and the advanced sensor. Why am I not seeing him yet? Must be, there he is.
Got a sensor track.
We don't have any airstrikes. I'm just going to run up to his face. He's already charging us. Here he comes.
This is Sarah. Sensors have a new contact. Pete here.
Come on, catch up, guys.
Got it.
Trying to get his attention on our big mech here, our A. Then we're going to close distance because he has autocannon, AC-10, and also LRMs. So once we get in his face, basically all he's got is 2 lasers. If I'm right in front of him, he can't do anything but fire 2 little lasers. So he's not really even a threat. This might be a good match to play repeatedly, because there's a Centaurian just sitting over here for you. So you can just reload the level again and again until you salvage the Centaurian if you want one. But I already bought one and used it in the previous level. Are you guys even shooting?
Yes,
Let's go.
there's a mech everywhere.
Oh, we're not getting it. It blew up. But salvage isn't a big deal anymore since I scummed it up for the first 6 levels. You know, I saved a great deal of money and got more mechs and equipment, so I'm pretty well stocked for the rest of the campaign. So what I want to do now is start running up the train tracks. Not going to bother with all of these tanks. There's like 5 or 6 of them, I think, but I do want to scout up here. We need vision.
I've got a sensor track.
See how much they'll let me get it. Well, you guys can just sit here. We'll take the Cougar. Cougar's faster. Let's see. I think it's just 5. I want to aggro them, but I am trying to get some vision here. That should be sufficient. Now we wait for the train. There's nothing else to do on this map. This is a very simple, short map. I think this one was kind of just padding for the campaign. They didn't put a lot of work into it. Map is mostly just empty terrain. Probably leftover scraps from another map, asset-wise. We're gonna put up a nice roadblock here. At this point, it's up to the train to arrive. I'm just waiting for them to get here. If you cross here, they'll get to you quicker, but you can't salvage tanks. We could have potentially salvaged that, the Centaurian. So here comes the train. It's about to pass their first roadblock. Even though we can't see it, they're marking the objective for us, and that objective is moving. It's kind of weird, but it's happening. We can actually do this higher up, I think. Yeah, we can come up here. I think you can see one of the mechs there. Or you could for a second. I guess I didn't see it.
This is Baron. I've got a sensor track.
Oh, we're starting to see him now. Got him on sensor. There's going to be a whole lot of dots because of the train. So what we want to do is hit the locomotive as fast as possible and then get the hell out. Alright, we got our guns on it. No, now we don't.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. This is gonna get ugly. Look at all the mechs. We need some long-range hits here. Take down the locomotive as fast as you can. Now run. Turn and run.
Sir, there's a new sensor contact.
You don't want those hunchbacks catching up to you while you've got the Oilers on you.
I've got sensor tracers.
Run away.
I'm under attack. Sir, I'm hurt pretty bad.
Well, run faster. Keeps complaining to me that he's hurt, but he won't run. Put that mech into full gear, son. Okay, here we go. Now we fight. This is going to be nasty. They've got triple AC-20s here. And if they all shoot at the same guy, they might kill him. Oh, he just got hit. This one's shooting at B, so that's good. We got one diverted. He just got hit again. He's not going to be able to take much more of that. Would you? We got one. Oh boy, Gunman's about to die. I'm trying to run him away. He just needs to run at this point. Just get him away. Fire, get to long range, will you? Okay, Beast is still okay, for the most part. Oh crap, he aggroed one of the rumbles. I have to ignore it. Take too long to kill. Oh, those AC-20s are really getting us. AC-20s are the bane of my existence. Come on, take him down. There's 5 of you. I don't know why this tank is here. I must have got within its sensor range. Maybe we're too close to the bridge.
I have an armor blow through.
Gunman here. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
That thing shouldn't have been there.
I can't get through here.
Did they step on that thing?
Baron here. Sensors have a new contact.
Alright. We're pretty beat up, but we can probably take out these cougars. Just need a good position here. I'm gonna try and lure them back here, see if they'll run. Get them around the trees
Baron
here.
I've got a sensor track.
Alright, let's go.
This is Baron. They've got me targeted.
Come on, just run up there, get in their face. Try and push them south, not north.
I've got a sensor track.
I'm under attack.
Those other things should not come.
I'm getting shot at.
Focus this one, will you?
Very good, sir.
We might have to split up here.
I've got a sensor track.
This one's getting away. Alright, look, you guys switch to this one.
This is the beat.
I'm gonna try and push this one back down south.
Acknowledged.
This is Baron. They've got me targeted.
They're constantly moving away from you because they want to shoot their longer range weapons. Our mechs are in such bad shape.
At me knocking butt
But if we stick close to them, they won't do much damage. We're whittling them down. What's left of our mechs. They're shooting at him. That guy's right in his face.
Taking enemy fire.
Run around a bit. Get harder to hit.
That took care of him.
Alright, let's finish this off.
Count on me.
Time to get in their face. Run right up to him. He's running away. He got too far away from the train, so he actually reset.
Taking enemy fire.
But hey, that's fine, because now he's alone. Didn't really plan that.
Acknowledged.
Baron here. I've got a sensor track. I'm seeing they're hitting me pretty hard.
So even though there's not much to fight on this mission, it can get rough because you're limited on weight. And they've got triple AC-20s here. 2 or 3 of them are bound to hit the same guy, and that guy will just... that mech is going to go down.
Destroyed.
So there we go. Why did we aggro those Rummels?
This is Gunman. I've got a
Look at that, they're running over it for
I've got
us.
sensor traces.
By all means, run over your own train. Go ahead, go for it. Wow, we pissed them off. They're running over their own train. This is hilarious. I'm about to accomplish the mission.
Objective complete.
Thanks, guys.
Mission successful.
I didn't even... Okay, I did not plan that. I didn't know they would do that. But they just ran over their own train and did us a favor here. Okay, so... like I'm starting to get into the habit of saying, that could have gone better, but it could have gone a whole hell of a lot worse. No one died. Check. Got some injuries. Beast and Fiend will most likely have to miss the mission. In fact, they will have to miss the next mission, but I do have plenty of regulars to go around. We can cycle them out. Let's see how many mechs I got. 2. Looks like we got 2 of the Hunchbacks and 2 of the Ullers. I got all of the Clanner, all of the sensors. That can't be right. Either none of them ejected, or that tooltip is just wrong. I think I have to check that. In fact, let's go check it now. Since this was such a short video, I'll just check the salvage. So that was only 45,000 credits, which wasn't really worth the trouble if you ask me. Yeah, we don't have the sensor. It said we have the sensor, but we don't have the sensor. Wait, that's not the right mech. That's the one I already had. Yeah, see, we don't have the sensor. It just lied to us. Nope. Sometimes you get the sensor, but it seems to say you get the sensor when you really don't. So, look at that. Look at the damage on these mechs. You want to see how much the repair will cost? See, I'm at 125,000. Look at that. Close to 5,000 credits for Eternals. Here's the armor. Oh, it's about the same. I thought the internals were more. Maybe I'm wrong, because it looks like the armor is actually less. This one should be expensive though. No, it's not as expensive as I thought. By the way, you cannot drop a mech into a mission if the engine is damaged, and it won't let you drop until you fix any missing section of the mech as well. You basically have to fix these bottom two or you can't drop into a mission, but I recommend that you always fix all of them unless you simply can't afford it. You don't want to drop into a mission with a damaged mech for no reason if you can avoid it. I do have a nice amount of money. I sold some of our previous mechs, got rid of the fire starters, some of the commandos. I might start dumping oolers because they're starting to dogpile up here. Look at all these oolers. But what I should do is drop these ravens instead, because the oolers, these clanner oolers, are better for the weight than these ravens. And we don't need ravens if we have a cougar, because the cougar is 35-ton clan mech. It's better than the raven. And I have a cougar A and a cougar J, so I don't need either of these, essentially. It'd always be helpful to keep some light mechs, because even as the campaign goes on, there's going to be missions where you don't have much drop weight. And there's actually one mission later in the campaign, it might be in the next operation, where you have to drop with 3 mechs again. Just like the first 2 levels in the game, you only get 3 slots and like 100 tons or 125 tons or something like that, and you have to drop with 3 light mechs. So that's quite interesting at that point in the campaign to go. You essentially go back to what you started with, but I highly recommend that you take some cougars. Triple cougars, I think, is the best that you can get on that level. If you don't have cougars, try to get some oolers. I have a nice row of oolers, so that mission should not be a problem for me with 2 cougars and a row of oolers. Alright, I think I've padded out the length enough for this video. I'll see you in the next mission.